did not. Oh, there we go. Just waiting to connect to Facebook. And here we are. Well, here I am anyway. Oh, somebody. Hey, Ifanzek. Yay, thank you. You're such a consistent presence. I appreciate you. Hey, guys. So I'm going to say hey to everybody who has yet to join. Or to watch later, whatever works for you. Hey, Riker. Hello. Oh, hi. Hi, Gina. Hi. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on. Feeling the love. Hooray. Oh, so I hope your Halloween was wonderful. I had such a great time. One of the most fun Halloweens I've had in a while. We did the Seance in the Cellar event over at CLE Urban Winery. I'm shuffling cards while I talk to you, so I'm just going to pull some ones. And it was such a great turnout. I had so much fun. I met so many wonderful people. Shout out to Caitlin, who drove 3 hours each way to come for her bachelorette party. I hope that you have a wonderful wedding. And to all the wonderful people who came, we had some really amazing people there. So I appreciate you guys all showing up for that. That was a lot of fun. Destiny from CLE Urban Winery, thanks to her for hosting that event. We had a great time. There is going to be another Seance in the Cellar this month in November. If you bought tickets for the Seance in the Cellar for Halloween and you weren't able to come, which I know there's somebody who did that, please feel free to use those tickets in November or December of this year. Hi, Heart and Hustle. Oh, that's a fun name. Thanks for joining. Hi, Jessie. Oh, girl, I missed you. I missed you at the seance. But you have a half-hour free reading with me, or like just over Zoom, or you can, you have 2 tickets that you can use either in November or December. So I know I'm sad you missed it too, but it's totally okay. You can either use those 2 tickets in November or December. So it's the last Friday in November, the last Friday in December. So it's up to you which one you want to do. And then I didn't put my Seance in the Cellar event up for this month. It's okay. And if you can't make it, just contact me and you'll get a half an hour free reading. So it was amazing. It was so interesting. There was a beautiful woman there who is doing a play at Playhouse Square. She wrote a play about her tragic loss of her 3 girls in a house fire, and they made it into a play. I'm sure it's very healing. She's actually going to be reading her play at CLE Urban Winery this Sunday. I believe it's 7 to 8 p.m. So if you guys are interested, please show up for that. Amazing woman. Wow. You want to talk about resilience. Holy cow. Where can I find info for the events? So if you're interested in the events at CLE Urban Winery, you can go to their website and you can see what's happening there. They have a lot of fun things, and you'll see the play reading for this Sunday. If you're interested in purchasing tickets for the November Seance in the Cellar event, I'm going to put up the September one because, to be honest, it's the same link. It's the wrong date, and I apologize because I've been super crazy busy. But if you would like to purchase tickets for the Seance in the Cellar event, It says down at the bottom, September 26th. It's the same link for November. So you can, it's the last Friday in November from 7 to 9:30. And Jesse, girlfriend, you don't need to purchase tickets. Just show up with your friend or whoever you want to bring, your significant other, whoever you want to bring. You still have 2 free tickets. Or, call me, chica, and let's do that reading for you. If you want to gift it, you can gift it however you want to do it. So thank you. You're the best. Oh, no, you're the best. But thank you. Jessie is an amazing person. She is like one of the amazing staff at Jatango, and she's just a lovely person in general all the way around. Jatango has the best people that work there. They really do. They're so helpful. For any of you who are watching, if you have a product or service to sell or you're interested in buying Christmas presents, go to Jatango.com. I mean, they have the coolest things. I was watching the other day. They have a Christmas box that I think she said, I don't want to quote prices, but a Christmas box full of all kinds of goodies. It's like a little surprise. How fun is that? You get Christmas and then you get to gift it for Christmas, the little goodies in there. So definitely check out Jatango.com. So I'm going to get into the readings today. And I felt like I'm just going to shuffle these cards. I have a new deck for you, the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And it's by Victoria Mosley. Hi, wholesalers. Thanks for joining. And the difference between an Oracle deck and a tarot deck, if you don't know, a tarot deck has 72 cards, and each card has a particular meaning. And people have, it's very traditional. There's a particular meaning for each card. There are 4 suits, like in a playing card deck, and it's very specific. So sometimes you'll find Rider-Waite is the most well-known, traditional tarot deck. So there are many, many tarot decks now. They'll all have 72 cards. They'll all have some version of those 4 suits. It started being a little bit more open to interpretation with the different pictures that they have on there, with the different representations that they use for the suits. It used to be pentacles, wands, swords, and cups. And now people have changed those, but they still kind of follow the same pattern. Oracle decks are a little different. There's no set anything. You can have as many or as few cards as you want. You can have different pictures, different messages. It doesn't matter what they are. And I like working with those decks too, because they're, to me, they open up another aspect to things. I love tarot as well. So today we're using this Vintage Wisdom Oracle, and I was just in a mood today. I was feeling maybe because Halloween is over, now we're getting into the really solid Thanksgiving, appreciating that everybody's here, Christmas, getting more into spirituality and bringing people together. And some people don't experience it that way. Some people just experience a huge sense of loss or being alone. So to the people who are feeling that way, I send you lots of love and healing. But I was feeling kind of very, very grounded, very earthy, and I wanted some ancient wisdom. So that is the theme of the card decks that I've chosen for you today. You have not seen these decks yet, but the first card that came out was Compassion. And we'll see what else they have to say. Compassion, you see this card? This person is down here looking like they're totally down and out, and there's somebody up here kind of going like this, oh, I really feel for you. And even the idea that maybe some people are missing their loved ones this Christmas and this holiday season. Some people are having realizations that their family isn't necessarily as close as they thought they were. So a lot of compassion. When you have compassion for others, that's a good way to have compassion for yourself too. So that'll be something that's a theme throughout our readings today. What else do we have? Thought. Yeah. So you may be thinking about people that you have compassion for, or thinking about people that you wish you could help. It's a great holiday season. You can help people by just even giving them a smile. That doesn't cost anything except a thought. It just costs a thought. And that's what that means. Enchantment. Yeah, it's magical. Wait till you see this holiday season. Wait till you see the last 2 months of the year. I feel like so many amazing things are going to happen. And power. Yeah. When you get into your power, you feel more like you can give. Um, you can't give from a place of depletion, you know? So the first person you need to give to, I was just having this conversation online the other day. It's because I saw a post that says ego versus soul. And it's not ego versus soul. I mean, I guess it could be if that's the way you want to play the game, but how exhausting is that? A lot of spiritually based people want to just dismiss the ego altogether. And what happens, and the ego is vilified, but you need the ego, because if you didn't have the ego, you wouldn't feed yourself. You wouldn't take care of yourself, right? You wouldn't pay your bills. And a lot of people who lean very like in a spiritual realm kind of have these kind of issues. You wouldn't set boundaries. You would just let people cross your boundaries all over the place. And so not having enough ego is not the best idea. You can get into very codependent relationships. But having an ego that's turned way up, like super loud, so people who have a very low, very soft ego usually have a very loud soul. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but the nature likes a balance. And people who have a very quiet soul sometimes have a very loud ego, which is not great either, because they tend to steamroll over people. They don't give a second thought to what they're doing or how it affects other people. That's not great. They tend to be super selfish, like only self-centered. That's not great either. So nature likes a balance, and it's having compassion for people who don't have a balance. And this is kind of like, this is what the information that I'm getting. This is what I have no, I'm going based on what I felt today and these cards and what they're saying. And I'm going to be also reading from this book called Seeking. It's 74 key findings to raise your energy, sidestep your self-doubts, and align with your life's work, from a new friend of mine, JJ DiGeronimo. She's wonderful. If you don't know her, check her out for sure. And I am going to open this book, which I just did, to key finding number 56. The energy you align with. Oh, come on. You saw me open this book. I can't, Spirit makes me, amazes me too. So amazing. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Key finding number 56. The energy you align with, ego energy or soul energy, will impact your decisions and life's work. Okay. If you think there's nothing other than this 3D, come on. You just saw it right here. That's wild. Okay. Yeah. Monitoring your thoughts and their source is a big step in moving into more self-alignment, joy, and love. And come on, what did we have? We had thought right here. So clearly this reading is in alignment. So let's see. I'm going to go with Native Spirit. The Native Spirit Oracle cards by Denise Linn. Like I said, I was feeling very earthy today. So we have the Ancient Wisdom Oracle, Native Spirit. What does Native Spirit have to say to us today? Oh, that's a jumper. Okay. Great Mystery. Yeah, I want to speak to that. And there's another one that fell down. Spirit of Air. So the Spirit of Air represents the suit of swords in tarot, and air has to do with thoughts, ideas, communication. Oh, sorry, that's swords. But air is thoughts. It could be like what's in the ether. the great mystery, what's in the ether. So many people have come to me saying, I don't know what I should be doing. I just want to take that word should and just cross it out, because should is very shaming. You know, it's like, oh, I should be doing this, which means you're not. Um, or I should have, which means you didn't. You know, stop wasting time on that. What do you want to do? If you don't know that is a big question. What do you want? People, well, I ask that of people and they get deer in the headlights. And then they're, hi, Kathy, thanks for joining. And then they're kind of like, I don't know what I want. Well, great place to start. I don't know. That is a great place to start. You don't have to know. Your soul knows, your higher self knows. So your ego knows too what you want. And it's about creating that balance between the two, like we're talking about today. So maybe do like a little meditation. If you had no limits in your life and you can do whatever makes you happy. And if you have no idea what makes you happy, start doing things. Start doing things and see if it makes you happy. And if it doesn't, cool. It didn't. Life is some great experiment, you know? And we think we should have it all figured out. Well, we don't necessarily have it all figured out. Maybe one day we will. And what fun is that? That is like having all these presents under the Christmas tree and knowing what's in every one of them. I'm sure there are people who want to do that. More power to you. That's kind of takes the mystery out of it, right? It takes the mystery out of it. Let's see. So why not live in the mystery? Why don't you live in the I don't know? Couldn't that be interesting? I don't know. And I'm excited to find out. How about that? How about we rephrase that whole thing? I don't know, and I'm excited to find out. How do you find out? Start paying attention. Start paying attention to the signs around you. And how do you pay attention to the signs around you? Be present. Be fully here. Boy, I'll tell you, I know when I'm not fully here. I can tell when I'm multitasking and somebody's asking me something, I'm trying to do something on the computer. I'm like, I can only, your mind can only do one thing at a time. So fully focus on what you're doing at the moment and just tell that person, hang on a minute. Hi, Jennifer. Yay. Thanks for joining. How exciting. Grandfather skies. So we're getting a lot of like the air, the sky, the ether. Look up to the sky. What about doing these things that we did when we were kids? Where's our imagination? Oh my gosh, we're so taught to be so productive. And productivity is good. It's good. And it needs a balance of imagination. So why not look up at the sky and just, figure out what shapes the clouds look like to you. Maybe there's a message there. Oh, thank you for adding something to your cart. I don't know who did that, but thank you for that. I want to say, if you check out, you'll have to go to Jatango. It'll take you to Jatango. Just create an account with your email and your password, and then you'll go to your cart and you'll check out. If you're checking out for the seance in the cellar, which it says September 26th, but this is also the link for November. I'm sorry. I was, hi, Maureen. Yes, stay present in the moment. Yep. High five, girl. So when you go to, and see, I just got distracted. I'm back though. I'm back. So when you go to Jatango, you create your account, go to your cart. Please do choose local pickup for these tickets. Choose local pickup, and then it won't charge you a shipping fee because there isn't. You will not get a ticket. So go ahead and check out. And when you check out, you'll get a notification that you checked out. I will get a notification of your name and what you purchased. And then when you show up, I'll just have your name at the door. So don't expect a physical ticket. We're not doing that this time around. We're saving trees, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the seance in the cellar. It's going to be so fun. So I do want to say for a quick moment, a seance, usually people hear that word and they're like, ooh, this is going to be scary. If you're into scary, I'm not your girl. I'm just not. If you when I do my messages, my frequency, my little sign on my spiritual door, my big sign on my big spiritual door says only messages of love, healing, wisdom, and encouragement. And that is what comes through. Even if you would be contacted by someone that you didn't have the greatest relationship with in life, they are now in a different place and they now can see things from a different perspective. And that is where they will be speaking to you from. They may come through saying certain things that let you know that it's them, but they're going to be speaking from a higher perspective. Hi, 12G Beauty. Thank you for joining. Good to see you. We're just talking about smudging ceremony. We're just talking about being grounded, being present, figuring out what we want to do in this lifetime. And, things change. This smudging ceremony, when I see this, it feels to me like it's time to let go of things that no longer serve you. Ooh, I have goosebumps all over me. That's always my signal that somebody's here. So I'm going to bring that person through in one moment. Yeah. Okay. Please hold. So smudging ceremony could be that you clear your space with some sage. It's nice to do that. Get rid of old clothes. Change your furniture around. It doesn't mean you have to go buy new things. You can if you want to, but you don't have to move that light into a different room and bring a different light in this room. Change the energy around. And that's good at mixing up things too and moving energy. Maybe buy yourself something new, a new color nail polish, or, I don't know, it doesn't have to be anything big, or decide that you're going to start a new practice. You're going to call your mom every day. I'm talking to you, my girls. And they do. And, spend more time with your animals. It could be that simple. Just start something new. The smudging ceremony, let go of the old things. I'm going to pause for a moment because I felt someone here. So let me see. And I just want to say, if you're not on the live, it's okay. If you see this later, there's a message here for you. I've been blessed to hear from multiple people that they've seen this and they felt like there were messages specifically for them. So give me one moment. There's a man and there's a woman. She's in the background, but the man's coming through first. He's very strong. I feel like he would have been a very spiritual person. He's telling me he dabbled in religion, but he was more spiritual than religious when it came right down to it. I do feel like he could have been a minister of some sort, but he's telling me he realized very quickly into his calling that it was more about spirit rather than organized religion. And while he may have been employed in an organized religion, I feel like his messages were more broad for everyone. He does want to speak on the idea of compassion. I'm just asking him to show me himself. He shows me somebody who liked to wear hats too. He liked to wear hats, or he liked hats, or you would remember him wearing a hat. He said sometimes he looked like a pilgrim and he's laughing. So it may have been like a Halloween costume or something that he just liked to do. So I'm asking him what he would like to say to you. He's talking about compassion. And so the person that I'm speaking to right now, this feels like a grandfather figure to me. Yeah, because he's bringing me like an Art Deco era too. He's making me look down and see kind of an Art Deco era. I think that was like in the 40s. So this would have been somebody who maybe in the 40s, it was his prime when he did this. And he is showing me that he would have retired. He would have retired and really enjoyed his life. He's showing me a dog, that he had a dog. He never gave up his spiritual nature. And he's encouraging you not to give up your spiritual nature. He's saying it's so easy to get involved in the 3D, especially now with videos and things like that. And this is a video, so he sees the irony in that because he's laughing. He has a very good sense of humor. Um, the woman is coming through now. I feel like this is his wife, so she would have been a grandmother figure, or to some of you, this would be your mother and father. She's very kind. They're very good-natured people. They did have a dog because she's showing me this dog. The dog is a bigger dog. It's not a little dog. This is a bigger dog. Very friendly dog. Would have been, maybe it's a lab, kind of that type of dog. And they're talking about how the dog like just loved people, and they loved that the dog loved people because they loved people. Both of them really loved people. He is talking to whoever this is for about your love of people, and he's saying, don't forget to love you in there. Don't forget to love you in there. And he's saying, remember your spiritual nature. So this is for somebody who's actually going through a hard time right now. You may have recognized that your family is divided or not as supportive as you thought they could have been. He's saying it doesn't matter because we all have lessons to learn. And these people are just like us. We're all learning lessons. And so he's talking about just having compassion for the people who are still learning. It'd be like getting angry with a child in school who doesn't get the lesson. He said it's just not their time. They're just not getting it yet, but it's okay. He said you can love them, but also you can keep your boundaries and watch, like boundaries is loving yourself. So he's saying keep your boundaries. You can still have compassion for them though too. And he's talking about the balance between ego and soul. He and his wife had a good balance. I feel like they would also he's showing me like get-togethers where they'd invite other people for dinner, other people that weren't part of their family. And I also feel like he would have put on participated in some sort of a charity event where they maybe like a soup kitchen or a church event where they would give food to other people or bring people in and serve food, and it gave him a lot of pleasure. He said he was exhausted, but he wouldn't have changed it for the world. She's showing me like a white, I wanted to say apron that had ruffles around it, but then she's also showing me like a crocheted doily that kind of has ruffles around it too. So if you would have your grandmother, great-grandmother, or mother's doily that has like ruffles around it, it's very delicately crocheted also. I feel like she was very quiet, but very supportive person. I do not feel she would not have given you advice unless you asked for it. And when she gave you advice, it'd be so heartfelt, very heart-centered people, very heart-centered people. They just want you to know that they're your guardians here. They see what's going on. They're your guardians. They say that you think of them often, and sometimes you call on them and you talk to them. They're always talking back to you. So thank you for that connection. And Anthony may be a name that resonates with you in some way. So I am going to leave that with you because he's waving farewell. So is she waving farewell. So I thank them for coming, and hopefully that resonates with some one of you out there, or more than one of you out there. I'm going to go now with this interesting deck that I don't use very often. This is called the Guardian Tarot. And I'm going to do something maybe that I don't usually do. I might read a little from the book because these are tarot cards, but they're different tarot cards. Like I suggested before, sometimes tarot cards have the suit and the numbers and the 72 cards and everything, but they have different pictures, which lend a slightly different meaning to their cards. This one is, okay, interesting. I can't. One moment. I'm going to look and see what this says. Suspend. Okay. And I'm just looking at this. So see, the leaves are falling, but they're falling into this water. They're not really falling on the ground. So I feel like they're talking about this time of year. You could live where there are mountains also. But I feel like when we say suspend judgment, when you judge someone, understand that you are judging you. Whatever aspect of them you're judging that aspect of yourself. Okay? So let's have some compassion for self. It doesn't mean you have to let people walk all over you. That is not what I'm saying. Compassion for self comes first. If somebody's causing you great distress, maybe you need to step away for a while and kind of put yourself back in order and then see how you feel. You have to take care of yourself. And then I have Ace of Pentacles. Yes, value yourself. Take time to smell the roses like she's doing. Look at her too. She's looking right at the sky, at that bird. Birds are messengers. And we talked about that earlier, that it could be that you just look at the clouds and you see what the shapes have in the clouds. Start asking questions. We don't ask questions because we judge ourselves like, oh, we should know this. We should know this. There's that sneaky should word again, right? Death. This is a transformational period. It's a transformational period. Look and see, look at this person here. Looking in. What's inside here? What's inside? It's a time to go inward. That's what this season is, right? I mean, I don't know where you are, but here where I'm reading from, it's fall. We're transitioning into winter. It's a time of introspection, hibernation. It's a time to go within. And who are you now? You're not the same person you were 5 years ago. And I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience, if somebody had asked me 5 years ago, where are you going to be in 5 years? I've had so many things happen in my life. I'd be like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm going to be where I'm going to be. That's where I'm going to be. That's my answer. And believe me, I like to know. I would always ask why. I like to know. The thing is, ask yourself questions. If you say, I don't know, awesome. Start there. Let's find out. Let's explore. Let's play. Play is how we learn. I'm going to go back to this book now. I do have another couple decks for you. Grounding Your Plan. This is chapter 14. This is from the book Seeking 74 Key Findings to Raise Your Energy, Sidestep Your Self-Doubts, and Align with Your Life's Work. This is by J.J. DiGeronimo. You can find this in bookstores. If you have been working at something for years and have had no helping hands or whispers in your ear or synchronicity in your connection, you are not alone. I can relate, as numerous times in my life I've had a vision combined with steadfast determination, but no support and no success. Okay, just thinking about those times brings up mixed emotions. My ego feels beat up, yet my soul knows that these activities were part of my journey and they helped bring me right here, right now with you, which I would say it's a pretty awesome space to land. Yes, right? I didn't know I'd be doing this. I didn't know I'd be involved in Jatango. I didn't know I'd be meeting all these wonderful people, but how fun. How fun. And I have so much fun. So do that. What do you have fun doing? This is the Enchanter. This is from a beautiful oracle deck called the Star Temple Oracle. This is a beautiful deck. And this is by Susie Cherub. And this one says, Seleno, 21, the Enchanter, dream. I wish upon a star and my dreams come true. What if, awesome space. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you so much. What if you couldn't fail? We hear that. What if you couldn't fail? And then all these thoughts come in. Yeah, but I failed here. I failed there. I failed there. But did you? Did you fail? Or did you learn? It's like falling forward, right? That's cool. But if you never tried it, You'd never get anywhere. How would you ever know? How would you ever know if you didn't just do it? What if your dreams could come true? What if your dreams are coming true right now? What if they're coming true right this very second? So when you think about that, how do you feel when you think my dreams are coming true right this second? And you feel like there's nobody to support you? Listen, you're never alone. If the people around you aren't supporting you, there's someone who will support you. Hold the intention, say your prayers, send your intention, however you want to put it. Tune your energy to bring me the people to support me. And suddenly people are going to be showing up all over the place for you. You know, it's this fallacy that we're ever alone in life. We're not. That's why we were created and put here all together. If we were alone in life, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here with everybody else. And so hold the intention that you bring people forward to support you. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for joining. Oh, yes, love. Love is all there is. That song is the truth of the matter. It is the truth of the matter. So if you feel fear that your dreams are coming true, or that maybe they're not yet, but you think about it and you think, oh my gosh, and they are coming true. Maybe you don't see everything just yet. Who cares? Just take the next step. It doesn't matter. Have fun. When did we stop having fun? And when did we end up having this strange idea of what fun is? Is fun having the same clothes that the influencer shows you? Maybe that's fun. I mean, I love clothes, so having new clothes is fun for me. But is it fun trying to be somebody that you're not? If you're an actor, that could be fun. But if you're in your own, life, is it fun to try to be something that you're not? That's actually not fun. Know that you're everything that you want to be. You are already that. And so you just move over a lane. And I talked about this last time. You just move over a lane. Start doing one thing that aligns with where your dream is, where you see yourself going. Oh, come on. See? Now we have the visionary 34, which is the number 7, which is a very divine number. Awake with an intuitive perspective. I see the bigger picture. And look at her. Look at her third eye right in the center of her forehead. And look, when I look at this picture, it looks to me like it's wintertime. She has on a great, great coat, right? So it's the season. It's the enchanted season. I mean, it's going to be Christmas, or it doesn't even matter if your religion is something different than Christmas. It's festive. And the majority of people hold a festive vibration, right? And so the idea of, someone who comes and gifts things to you, it's already here. It's here all year round, but that energy is so strong right now. Be the visionary and just use your imagination. What do you see? What do you see for yourself? What do you want for yourself? If you could have anything, and guess what? You can have anything. You can have anything. The storyteller. Intention. I am the narrator of my life. Yes, look at this. You are. If you're feeling like you're not in control right now, that you are caught in something that you're not really liking, or in circumstances that you don't really like, just pause and take a really deep breath and let it out. And maybe do that a couple times if you need to. Calm your nervous system. Do something that takes care of you. Maybe it's you make a cup of tea. Maybe it's you turn your phone off. Maybe it's that you call your friend. Whatever feels good to you, do that. Take that one little step, right? Calm your nervous system. Go out in nature. Ground. Say your intentions, say your prayers, allow the messages from the ancestors to come in. Pay attention to the messages that are all around you all the time. You see angel numbers, you don't know what it means? Ask. Start asking questions. Ask questions. You know, self-love. That's it, just Gina, sorry. That you're right. That's it, self-love. Listen, there's only one thing this world needs. Only one thing, and it would solve every single problem we have. Every single one. And that's self-love. If we all had self-love, then we would know how to love others too. And love is all there is, and that would solve every problem. Do you think there'd be wars? No, there'd be conversations. You know, there'd be unity, and there is unity, and there are conversation. That's the most important. 100%, Jesse. That's the most important. There are conversations. Get involved with them if you're interested. And you know what? I'm going to say something pretty controversial here. If there's something that irritates the heck out of you, ask yourself, hi wholesalers, ask yourself, why are you paying attention to that? Why? Is there something for you to learn there? Then learn it. Learn it and move on. Ask yourself, why am I paying attention to this? What is in this for me? What is here for me to learn? The little nugget of wisdom to take away from this, and then I can leave it be, right? Absolutely. Hi, Jordan! Dude, I still want to give you a reading. The Lost Star, Rebirth, Out of Darkness into the Light. This is a number 5. That's right. It's a change. It's rebirth. Now, come on. These cards keep repeating. Where was that card with the guy who's looking in from the other side? Did I put it in here? I don't know. I can't find it. But, you know, you can rewatch this. The card where the skeleton. Oh, here it is. The skeleton's looking in from the other side. It's time. It's time. Don't be afraid. Whatever you're ready. I'm so happy just won. That's going to be sweet. I know. Hope she decides to bring you with her. I'm just kidding. But I would love to see you guys. I would love to see you guys. Yeah, November, December, you're welcome to come to that. Or you can call me. I owe you a reading no matter what anyway. Yes, he's coming for sure. Good. I'm glad. Great people. Jordan is another great person at Chitango. So check it out. It's time for rebirth. And you know, birth can be a scary thing. You don't know what's going to happen. You know, whether you're the mom or the baby. Oh, babe, thank you. Oh, thanks. Oh, you're talking to Jesse. Okay. I think the lovebirds. Birth can be a scary thing, whether you're birthing something new. Maybe it's a baby, it's a project, it's yourself, right? It's your environment, it's your family dynamic. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't know what to expect. It's okay. It's okay. Trust that all is, was, and will be well, always. And then you've got the mirror, reflect. I hold the mirror up to self, accept and love all of me. See, and this is a number 40. This is the number of balance. And that's it. We talked about that earlier, about how everyone is a reflection of ourselves and the things that we find intolerable in other people. Maybe we find intolerable in ourselves. It's a question of having compassion for it and deciding where our boundaries are. It's not have compassion for it and just let it all in. That is not it. It's have compassion. Wow, I get it. I was in that place. I've experienced that. I've been, crabby like that too. Maybe you just need to tell somebody, please go to bed right now. Maybe it would be great if you took a nap. You seem really tired because they're cranky. Or maybe you need to take a distance from a family member because they're just really upset right now because there's a situation going on that is touching old wounds for them. and they're kind of taking it out on you. And maybe it's, listen, I get it. I've been hurt before too, and I understand why you're hurt by this. And I'm not the person to be taking this out on. I love you, and I'm willing to listen to you. So whenever you feel together enough to come and talk to me in a way that's not blaming, shaming, or criticizing, you can, I'm willing to listen to you. And it's okay. Take your time to get yourself together. Yeah. I wonder if I have any other cards for you today. I'm going to, and it comes back to this card, power. It's your own personal power. Power does not mean power. Let me rephrase. Power is not aggressive. Okay. Personal power is supportive to self, supportive to boundaries, supportive to self-love. That's personal power. It's not, we have this weird idea of what power is. A lot of people do, oh, the government is like telling me what to do, or I have to do this and I don't like it. Well, empower yourself to make a change, make a choice. That's real power, when you discover that you have choices and you stop thinking you're stuck. You're not stuck. Maybe you don't see a way forward. There is one. There is a way forward. And it's just a question of taking one little step. And then guess what? You're on your way. You're on your way forward. And I'm going to read one last thing out of this book. Let's see. I need my glasses, so thanks for bearing with me. Recognizing the source of your energy. Okay, come on. We just talked about power. Recognizing the source of your own energy. Yep, ego energy, soul energy, and both of them involve the stories that we tell ourselves. Our egos, as I stated in previous chapters, our egos are not all bad. They do help us when we find ourselves in intense or trying situations. Now, come on, I just said this. One big step forward is becoming more aware of the role of the ego in our lives and how it may be hindering our expansion. We need our ego for some protection, but do we have to be safe in our current choices? Is now the time to be safe, or is now the time to explore? Wow. Come on now. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. This is certainly in alignment. This is in alignment for sure. And so are you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here now. Whenever you tune in, whether it's right this minute or a little bit later, have faith in yourself. Have faith in yourself. Put that back. Put it back. Do that little exercise that I often encourage people to do, especially when they come to me for readings. So when you're about ready to fall asleep, you're laying in your bed, all you have to do is hold the intention that you send everybody's energy that you've collected, willingly, unwillingly, knowingly, unknowingly, all back to them. Send it back to them, right? Now, I just said this to somebody. When you take on somebody else's energy, as happens a lot in some codependent relationships, and some people have really been taught to be like that, and they've had to be like that because in childhood they couldn't get along any other way. So if you're taking on somebody else's energy, oh, let me do that for you. Let me do that for you. Let me do that for you, which I, as a parent, have done. I have done it. Let me do that for you. But that's not your job. That's not your job. Maybe it is for a little while. But if you're dealing with like a family member, and older parents, maybe there are some things you have to do for them. But to give somebody back the opportunity to learn a lesson and to build their own self-confidence, that's what you're doing when you send their energy back. If you send their energy back, because if you've collected it, where's the room for you? Where's your energy? Send it back to them with love. If you have a visualization of them standing there with their arms crossed, nope, I'm not taking it back. It's okay. Just put it at their feet, because that is their gift. That is their information, right? That's their information that they need to make good decisions moving forward. They need that information. Maureen, yes, explore. That's the name of the game. Explore life. I mean, maybe some people are very happy being in one lane in their life. They go, I'm going to be here, 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 and then I'm going to die this way. And that is their mission, and that is amazing. And if that is not who I'm talking to, if that's who I'm talking to, good job. You're doing it. And if that's not who I'm talking to, if you're talking to somebody who's not like that, just play, explore. We do that as children, and then we forget, because we've got to be here at a certain time, and we've got to do this. And, all these things need to be done. And we fill our lives with so many things that need to be done. Guilty. Where are you? Where are you? What are you doing that's fun? Also guilty. I am guilty of having fun. Hooray. I'm having fun right now. So, and last night I went and drove an hour and 45 minutes to see a friend perform and then have like a little birthday celebration, and drove an hour and 45 minutes back. And you know what? It wasn't about the drive. It was about the joy. It was about spending time with people that I like. And it was a fun time. And it was nice. It was nice to connect in person. If it's possible. That's always good too. So back to the sending people's energy back. Once you feel that leaving your body, right? You feel it leaving your body. Take a deep breath and just let it go. Let it send it back. And then call all of your energy back to you that you've given away willingly, unwillingly, knowingly, unknowingly. Call it back to you. Call it back and let it settle in. Let it settle in, right? You might feel some sort of way in your body when the energy's settling in. I know people who tend to spend a lot of time out of their bodies, like a lot of spiritual people will spend a lot of time up here and they don't feel very grounded. But these readings today are about being grounded, being in nature, using ancient wisdom, the native spirit, the tree oracle, it's about getting back in your body. You might feel tingling in your in the back of your calves, right? You might feel like little flutters in your solar plexus chakra, kind of in your abdomen, like, oh, your energy's coming back. That's a good thing. Do that. Explore. And like I said, I can't say this enough. If you don't know what to do, cool. Start there. Do anything. Do something that sounds fun. White Buffalo. I love this card. One time I did one of the very first times I ever did a shamanic journey. I saw this woman in the meditation. It's where you kind of lay down and somebody plays the drums and they direct you initially where to go. They give you some direction and then the drums play and you let your psyche take over. You let your spirit go where it's meant to go. I saw this beautiful woman dressed all in white, and I had no idea who she was. And she was very, very spiritual, and she was showing me many, many things. It was a very interesting journey. And when I came back, somebody said, we were talking about our journeys, and I described this woman, and somebody said, oh, that's White Buffalo Calf Woman. I was like, okay, I don't know who that is. And so I thought, interesting. So I looked her up. See, this is how you do things. Go do something you haven't done. How do you know? You might like it. If you never tried chocolate cake, you wouldn't know whether you liked it or not, right? So try it. Try it. This is what life is supposed to be for. You're supposed to be having a good time here. Maybe not all the time is good times, but, in the back of everything, it's all about your mindset. But White Buffalo, you are on a spiritual journey. You are a spiritual being in a physical body. You asked to come here. And I know I can already hear it. Some people are like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing this again. I said that too. But you know what? You probably, I mean, you could do it again, and it's okay, because you're going to see things from a higher perspective. You're going to see the big picture. That was one of our cards today too. But White Buffalo is showing you, again, look at the season. Look at the season it's showing. It's now. There's a massive awakening happening right now to people realizing there's something more. There's something more than the TV shows, than the family dynamics, than the consumerism, the systems, the world systems. There's something more. What is it? What is it? Well, it's something big. And once you recognize your connection to it, because I'm going to tell you, you're all connected to it. Once you recognize and start paying attention to your connection to spirit, your life is going to change. It's going to change in the best possible way. It's kind of like having this resource of somebody who already knows, like they can tell you, maybe you want to do this. Now you can reach out to spirit and get some guidance. And then you make your own decision. That's where free will comes in. And you do your own thing and you learn your own lessons, right? And you're a spiritual being. Don't waste your time in this physical body. Spend it having fun. Like, spend it exploring. Hi, Vivek. Hi, thanks for joining. So you're in this physical body. Your energy's driving this vehicle, your physical vehicle. Man, you can do all kinds of things with this vehicle. Isn't it cool? You can change your hair. You can change your body shape. You play with it, play with it. What are you going to do with it today? We're going to dress it up. How are we dressing it up? Where we're going to stay in bed with it. We're going to let it rest today. That's nice too. We're going to give it some information. We're going to read some things, we're going to play a game. We're going to play a game. We're going to go out and do something we have not done before. That's something that feels really good and makes us feel excited and maybe a little bit nervous to do it, but we're going to do something that's going to feed our soul. What is it? I don't know. It's not the same thing for different people. It's something different all the time. And guess what? You're growing your soul. You're growing your information field. You're driving this vehicle and you're able to touch and feel and hug and express in words, and experience joy and be in this body, It's a great thing. And so maybe you'll decide to come back and maybe you won't. And either way, it's totally fine. Enjoy it while you're here. Just enjoy it while you're here. I'm going to ask for some more wisdom. Oh, all right. And they just fell right out. And for these, I am using this Vintage Wisdom Oracle. We are working with energies that are ancient energies, vintage wisdom, native spirits, tree guardians, and star family. So we're drawing from earth and heavens. Come on, baby, talk to us. Tell us what you want us to know. You have kindred spirits. Call on your kindred spirits. You have them. Maybe they're in physical form and maybe they're not. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's somebody who's crossed over. You can still talk to them. You'll know because it's somebody who feels good to you. It's somebody who is on your vibe, somebody that you feel happy being around, and somebody that you feel peaceful being around. And there are those people. And if you don't feel like you have those people in your life right now, just ask for them. Ask. Put it out to the universe. Bring me people that are my kindred spirits. And then watch what happens. People will start showing up. So this is showing you you're not alone. You're not alone. Listening. Yes. That's what I said. We just said that. Come on, star family. Come on, native spirits. Come on, tree guardians. Come on, ancient wisdom. Give us some information. Well, the information's only available if you listen, right? And it doesn't mean just listening with your ears. Sometimes that's it. Sometimes when you least expect it, you go, how do I listen? Well, you know what? You'll know when you're listening because it'll feel different. It'll feel different. All of a sudden, you won't be hearing anything. I'm going to buy another seance ticket for Jordan's mom, too. Oh, thank you, Jesse. I love that. I would love for you guys to come. Please do that. Um, so, yeah, listening, you will know when you're listening. And I'm going to tell you how you'll know. When you're present and you're there, all of a sudden, you pay attention to something that wasn't going to get your attention before. There's a song on the radio, and maybe I'm dating myself. I know, it's okay. There's a song on the radio, I'm going to say it my way, and suddenly you hear, it's in the background. It's just in the background. You're driving, and suddenly you pay attention to a phrase. It's almost like highlighted. That's for you. That's for you. Suddenly somebody comes into your mind to call them. That's for you. Suddenly an idea comes to you. I should go to my bookshelf and just pick a book and open it to some random page because I feel like there's information there for me. That is the magic of being here. If you're not accessing the magic, let's do it. That would be fun. And intention. Yes. Your intention has a lot to do with what you experience. If you intend to see the gift in things, that's what you're going to see. If you intend to see the trials and tribulations in things, that's what you're going to see. You decide. You're the player of the game, and you decide. You decide. An intention, you can put forward intentions by writing them down, journaling. They may come to you. Inspiration may come to you while you're journaling. Write it in a language that when you go back, you can read it and you can understand it later. Intention and inspiration might come to you when you're just sitting quietly, when you're listening to music, when you're out taking a walk, and suddenly your vision is drawn somewhere. It happens all the time. So I see that it's 1:31. I loved being here with you guys. Thank you so much for showing up, whether you show up here right now during the live or later. If you see the beauty and the joy, exactly, Maureen. It's your intention. If you choose to see it, you will. You will see it. You can't not. You can't not. It's there. Everything exists. Everything exists in the same moment. If you read this book, The Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire by Deepak Chopra. I've mentioned this before. I love you, girl. Thank you. I love you too. The Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire by Deepak Chopra explains scientifically how every single possibility exists in the same moment. Once you realize that, hey, it's just up to you to choose. You just pick. What do you want to do? You don't know? Oh, it doesn't matter. You don't have to know. Start picking. You'll know. You'll know if you like it or not. And then if you don't do that again. We're still kids. We're still kids. It doesn't matter how old we get. Anyway, gratitude. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you guys all for showing up today. I so appreciate you. I love this, and I couldn't do it without you. And so I will see you next Friday, 12:30 to 1:30. And next Friday, I'm going to put up my readings for $5, $10, $15, and $20 that you can do during my session. So you can buy them. Today just felt like kind of a channeling session, just to bring messages through. So I go based on how it feels to me at the time. And it felt like the ancestors and the guardians and, the native spirits and divine wisdom really wanted to come through. So I hope this finds you when you need it most. And much love to all of you guys. And I will see you next Friday.